inefficient movements. And what bradykinesia really refers to is a gradual reduction in movement amplitude with repeated repetitions. So one of the tests a neurologist will do when they're doing an assessment to see if someone has Parkinson's and also to monitor their Parkinson's over time, they have them go like this, open and close your hand, and keep opening and closing your hand. Keep doing that. So what happens with folks with Parkinson's, they'll start out, some of them like this, but then as they try to keep going, it gets to be like this. So that gradual reduction. So that may show up in class when you guys have someone cycling and they're cycling at a pretty good pace, and then all of a sudden you look over and he's like really, really slow. It may be a result of the bradykinesia. We see this functionally with shuffling, slow walking, and functionally just different functional tasks. You see this with writing. A lot of people have a really hard time with handwriting. They have what's called micrographia. So a lot of folks with PD don't want to write anything because it becomes illegible, because everything just becomes slow and small. So I mentioned before how a lot of folks have a sensory motor mismatch. They feel like they're moving normally, but they're actually not. So we can see this small and slow movement, but they don't feel like anything's wrong with it. So we, as their instructors, need to try to, I tell people, be their dopamine. So like they're deficient in this dopamine, which is helping them move at a normalized amplitude. So exaggerate what you're doing with them. So you can see in this picture, I've got my arms like really, really wide, and they feel like their arms are stretched out really wide, but they're actually at more like a normal amplitude. So you're trying to scale them up to a normal movement pattern. You're not trying to, like you guys may have heard of LSVT big, which is like having people with Parkinson's move big. We're actually not trying to have them move like erratically, strangely big. We're having them try to move in a more normalized movement pattern. For us, in order to scale them up, we may have to exaggerate things. So if you're stretching with people, you might be like, open really big, and they'll be like, okay. You know, and they feel like they are doing it, but they're really not. So you have to kind of be their dopamine, be big, be animated. And positive feedback is really helpful with this population. I'll talk about that in a little bit with mood, but for some neurologic populations, it's okay to give a lot of like specific instruction, but for these folks, really just like compliment them and encourage what they're doing. Being too nitpicky can like really discourage them.
Now, if somebody is slowing down, we can help them fix that. We can. That's not something that is going. I'm asking. Yes.
If someone is slowing down in class or just in general in life?
No, in class.
In class. Oh, sure.
Oh, we can't. All right. So it's just us being.
Yeah, you can do it. Paddle faster, and they're going to be looking at the ergometer, right, or whatever you guys call it, to look at how many RPMs.
Okay.
So you can cue them that visual cue.
Okay.
They might feel like they're moving fast, but say, hey, what's your number? Can you get it up by 5?
Got it. Okay.
Cueing them to that, absolutely.
I just don't want to tell them,
Move your
right.
body. Come on.
And then they pass out. Right. I mean, right.
Yeah, you can say,
Sure.
sure, you say, hey, Joe, you doing okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm okay. All right, go faster then. You might want to just check in. You feeling okay? Need a sip of water or anything?
Got it. Okay.
Okay, postural instability. So I mentioned the medications don't help with this. DBS doesn't help with this. Really the only thing that can help with balance is skilled one-on-one physical therapy for the most part. The studies have shown high intensity, balance-focused, one-on-one PT. So people with Parkinson's lose their ability to catch their balance when they do start to become unsteady. So if we start to trip, we might take a couple steps and catch our balance because of the rigidity and the slowness. People kind of just start to go, and then they keep going. And it can be pretty scary. But you can kind of predict a little bit how someone's going to fall. A lot of people have a pattern that they oftentimes fall in. So if someone comes into class and they're really forward flexed and they're like a big time little teeny tiny shuffler and they're like really like here, those people are more likely to fall forward. Not 100%, so don't hold me to it, but a lot of those folks do fall forward. So if you're nervous when they're getting on and off the bike, guard them in the front. Or you could just say to them, hey Bill, when you lose your balance, what direction do you feel like you're gonna fall in? And just kind of keep an eye that way, and they probably won't tell you. And then conversely, a lot of the folks who, the people who look like they don't really have Parkinson's, like maybe they have a slightly reduced arm swing, but their stride is normal, those are people that are actually probably more likely to lose their balance. People who start with a tremor tend to have less balance issues than people who don't start with a tremor. So, so these people who look really, I would never have guessed that guy has Parkinson's. If he does have balance issues or she has balance issues, probably it's going to be backwards. They're probably going to have what we call retropulsion. So take a lot of caution when they're getting off the bike, because sit to stand transitions can be really tricky for them. Also, their blood pressure could drop, but also when they go to stand up, if they don't come forward enough and flex forward, they may go backwards over the bike. So, and you can also just cue people. I mean, I'll be honest, I've taken one cycling class in my whole entire life. But do you guys like cue people and like, will you guys do like a little demo for how to get on and off the bike?
Yeah.
We can do
Yeah.
that with them.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that would be super awesome. And they may need repetition and reminders how to do it the safest way, but having something really firm to grip on, especially when they're getting off the bike, is good. Try to have folks who you can see outwardly, like maybe someone who comes in with a cane. They may have some balance issues. So you may want to direct them to bikes like closer to you, and less, less traffic that they'll have to navigate through. I have no idea how your rooms are set up. Is it?
I just put a big star next to my friends here with the stadiums. I think you've gotta think about how and where and where the instructor is going to be, because you're not gonna have 90 and 70 people in this class. I'm a little worried about the stadiums and the stairs and where you want to go. Brian, you're all set. You can
Yeah, my road, as soon as you walk in, you get one of those bikes.
You'll be fine. But I think you need to think. I think you need to have a little bit of a game plan about what part of the stadiums do you want to run this class in. Like, I wouldn't let everybody.
We could take, I'm just thinking out loud, just like we could take a bike that's on the floor instead of teaching from the stage. We could actually be down on the floor. We could just swing a bike around, so we're right there.
Yeah.
Because I'm guessing a group like this, it's not going to be 20, 40 people. It's going to be a smaller type group, so we can make it much more intimate, and then we're right out there with them.
Yeah, and you might even just be able just to use the front row.
Yeah. We actually
have
We
to
can
do
put
it.
an instructor bike down, have that front row.
Just that front row, so nobody has to walk.
Walk down and the next tier, so you can still see them, but so we're turning a bike, they're gonna stay in the top tier.
Right.
Stairs.
Yeah, we can figure that out.
I wrote that with big stars, because I think we have to think
Be
about
careful of that.
where.
We can set them up though also, right?
Yes.
Oh,
You could fit 10 on the front.
Yeah.
Fit 10,
We're
if
gonna
you
need
have 10
to
people.
move
If I'm
space
getting
between our bikes, because it's gonna be
We
difficult
are.
to get those folks off, unless it's that outside
I
bike.
was gonna say, have them
Getting
be
them-
outside people,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
they walk down, they might have to navigate this first step or two where you have the hand ergs,
Right.
and then go,
Cause when
Right,
you
to the
sandwich
outside
them
bikes.
in, the getting on and off is gonna be extremely difficult for
Yeah.
some of these folks.
And just I hope I'm not jumping ahead, but I have a question. You mentioned